so cold to me. Cold to me with every breath you breathe. I see there's something going on. I don't understand why you're so cold enough to chill my bones. It feels like I don't know you.
Hi friends, there's a dog chewing behind me and a plane going overhead. Oh, the things I do to get videos in. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I don't know if you could see, but this is actually a wifey shirt. I don't know if you could see it. Amazon buy. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about winter and fall makeup. Here in the US and my friends in Canada, we are all moving into the cooler winter times. It is now November, my birthday month. And for those of you asking, my birthday is November 28th. I think someone else said that their birthday was November 28th too. Let me see. Barbara Rag 7210 said her birthday is the 20th. Happy early birthday to you. Emily Bean, your birthday is November 24th. Happy early birthday. It's Kinda New Here is the name of her account. Her birthday is the 28th too. So happy birthday to us when it gets here. Yes, my birthday is coming. It is my birthday month, and in my birthday month, that is always when I start to think about richer pieces of makeup. So today I wanted to talk about makeup that I really only use in the fall and winter. Like any other time of year, I look at it and I'm like, oh, I like you, and I won't be able to use you until it's cold. Dang it. I don't know why I have this mindset. Sometimes I'll pull out a deep lip in the summer, but usually it's always reserved for the winter time. Same with some other eyeshadows, other pieces of makeup. So let's go deep into the recesses of my ridiculous brain and figure out what makeup I only wear in the fall and winter. Let's get into my head. You'll get lost. Be careful. Starting with the basics, in the fall and winter, that is really the only time I ever really use moisturizer. This is the Olay Complete All Day Moisturizer with sunscreen. As much as I sometimes use this in the summer, if I'm not wearing any other makeup or anything, I only pull this out in the wintertime because that is the rare occasion, depending on what the weather's doing here, that I need moisture to my skin because I have oil, slick, wet, shiny skin by the afternoon. So this is really the only time I need this is in the winter. If it's really dry out, if it's really a cold winter, that's the only time I'll really need this. Let's talk about bold lips. I enjoy a good lip. I enjoy a dramatic look. However, in the summertime, I kind of like that beachy, glowy, bronzed goddess look more often than not, and that does not usually render a deep, dark lip. Some shades I have in front of me here that I would pretty much only use in the winter or fall are these little babies. We do have the Tardiest lip paint that I just received in a Boxycharm that we talked about, and this is an XOXO. This is a super red lip. I've mentioned before, I don't really gravitate to a red lip that often, but this is the season that if I'm gonna pull it out, 'tis the season now, bitches. I have actually had this color of ColourPop shade since last winter, and I only wore it last winter, and now I just pulled it out the other day for a video. And this is Notion from ColourPop. This is like a deep burgundy, but undertones of purple shade. It's really pretty, and I like it, but it doesn't feel like a summer or spring shade to me, so I don't pull it out until now. You guys have seen this lip before. This is a lip shade we got from Boxycharm at the end of last year, and it caused an uproar everywhere on social media. It is the Ofra Napa Valley Purple shade. You guys have seen me do this in a Halloween look. I also did like a fall grunge glam look with this as well. This is really the only time I will pull it out. However, again, my husband will look at me when I say, let's go to dinner, and I have this on. He's like that? Yeah, like that. And the latest shade that we got from ColourPop and Boxycharm is Mess Around. I've talked about this in the previous videos that I have. It is that really like dark brownish shade that is not forgiving on some people because it's kind of a muddy color, but I'm sure as hell not gonna pull this out in spring, so this is definitely a winter fall shade for me, and pretty much the only time I would ever pull it out. So fall and winter is really when I gravitate more to those bold lip shades. Other times, you guys know, I like Aquarius from ColourPop, I like Beeper from ColourPop. There's other shades that I like that are more of that nude, neutral, sometimes a pink lip in the spring and summer, but deep, rich hues, those come out in the end of the year. Speaking of lips, oh, I almost forgot one lip shade. How dare I? You guys have seen this on my channel 2 times maybe? I can't remember if it's once or twice. But this is Dr. M from ColourPop. And this is a shade that I was kind of dared to get to be like, can you make this into a look? And I did. I've done it before on my channel. But really, I mean, I guess you could do this any time of year. Clearly the obvious is St. Patrick's Day or something like that, but I did do it in a summery bronze look. It's harder to do, not gonna lie, but to me this feels like if I'm gonna pull it out, it's probably gonna be winter or a concert festival potentially, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think of this when I think of my beachy looks. Speaking of lips, the only other time I use this accessory to those lipsticks is really in the fall and winter, and it is lip liners. I don't really gravitate to lip liners. I don't think of them when I'm putting on my makeup in the morning, and I think it's because I have so many great liquid lipsticks. Like, I have so many from ColourPop, I have some from Ofra, where they're just such good formulas, you don't really need a lip liner, so I don't think of them anymore as much as I used to. But in the winter, because these are bold ass shades, I feel like I need some structure to my mouth a bit more so it doesn't go crazy, and that's when I pull out the lip liners to go with it. But really, the rest of the year, I hardly touch these, and I could totally live without them if I needed to. Real talk. Let's talk about something that I do love, but I find, and I surprise myself with this, I don't reach for them except for really, really in the winter and fall. And that is liquid eyeliners. I have found, and I've noticed this about myself really in the past few years, I love a good winged eyeliner. I think it's sassafras for days. You look gorgeous, you can look sassy, you can kind of do whatever you want with a good liner. But in the summertime, how often did you see me with a winged liner? Not that much. Honestly, I think this is such a great dramatic piece that is not that hard to do, but it does require a couple extra steps, and sometimes when you're just wanting like a beachy glow vibe, eyeliner doesn't really match that feel. So I find that I'm only just now, again, reaching for some of my favorite liquid liners. How do you guys feel about liquid liners? Do you have to have them throughout the year? Because I mean, I know friends that always have their wing on point, but I don't always have my wing on point in the summer. Some in the spring, it's kind of like teetering, but summertime, not really. But fall and winter, it's game on like Donkey Kong. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think about wing liner? Do you have it on all the time? Is it only certain seasons? I'm interested to know. Let's talk about blush, baby. I don't wear it hardly ever, but in the fall and winter. Because I feel like I've lost a lot of my color. I've lost a lot of the pigmentation in my tan. So I do use bronzers, I do use some contouring, but I also gravitate to deeper toned blushes, but only in the fall and winter. 2 examples I have here. I have an e.l.f. product that is inexpensive, which is also why I was like, okay, I'll do it because it's not an expensive blush. This one is in the shade Candid Coral, and it's kind of got a deeper brown undertone to it, so it really goes better with my skin and the other makeup that I'm wearing with the bronzers and contour. And I like this because it just kind of melts with my skin. It doesn't look like boom, blush. The other one that I really, 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 really hate the container of is this illuminating, what do they call it? Luminous loose powder blush, blah, blah, blah. We got it from Studio Makeup and Boxycharm. I hate the packaging. I've talked about this a lot. But the color is deep enough that it doesn't look like a pink rosy doll. It just looks like it could go with a good fall or winter look. And the third one I have to have a really, 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 really light hand with is my Makeup Geek blush in the color XOXO. It's a very bright pink. It's a little too Barbie pink for me, but if I take a light brush across and just go across my cheek with it. It's fine and it does okay. And the only thing I really like about this is that it's like a little compact and easy to travel with or pull out in the morning, and it's not as difficult as this mother. But blushes the other times of the year, I don't even think it exists. It's kind of like Santa. Only comes out certain times of year and then they're gone. I could be naughty the rest of the year. Now let's get to some of my favorites. Eyeshadows. Eyeshadows really are versatile. You could do whatever you want with eyeshadow, and that's why we love makeup, because we get to express ourselves. But I find that there are certain pieces of my eyeshadow collection I do not touch until we get to the colder seasons. Some of the ones that I have here in front of me are, one is a Boxycharm, let's just talk about Boxycharm all day. It's another Boxycharm product, and this is the Naked Cosmetics. I did reach for this orange shade a ton in the summertime, so kind of pretend that one's not there right now. But these two, the green and the deep purple, for me, for some reason, those just didn't really come into play in the summertime or the spring for me. But now that it is cooler out, I do reach for that orange too, but this purple shade is really great, and I have used this green to blend a few looks together as well. So these bold shades, as much as I like bold in the summer too, didn't gravitate to it too much. But now that it's getting fall, I'm already thinking of new ideas. Do you guys do that? Do you think of like bold shades? Because it's like, it feels like fall and winter is when like makeup comes alive. It's no longer that beach, no makeup look. It is like game effing on. You know what I mean? Two other makeup palettes that we got from our best friend Boxycharm was a product I've talked about before. This is the Studio Makeup on the Go in the Cool Down palette. These are all of the purple and gray hues that I really like. I just don't touch at all in the summer or spring. I just feel like purple is a beautiful fall shade, and it is just like when the trees come alive, so do my eyes with this, but no other time of year. Maybe I'm crazy. I could be crazy, because I did use a little bit of the purple in the spring, but it was like when it was still cold spring, like there was still snow on the ground, even though that damn groundhog said otherwise. I'm excited to pull this back out because I don't really touch it any other time of the year, and these are great. I love the pigmentation of these, especially when you use a setting spray. I'm excited to retry this because honestly at the end of the summer I just didn't pull it out that much, and it is the Real Her #2 palette, Do Your Squats. Still a little insulting, they think I need more squats, but whatever. These are very rich dark hues. We did get this over the summer and I was confused, and so were some of you in my comments, because you were like, this feels like fall. This feels like a winter warm, drink your hot chocolate with it palette. And I agree. To me, this palette is very neutrally deep shade. It has some shimmers in it. It's got some deep chocolatey shades that were really dramatic and to me spoke to a cooler season. So I'm excited to try this again because I haven't touched it in quite a while, because even in like September, a little bit into October, it was still a little too warm and I still wasn't feeling those Christmassy turkey given vibes, you know what I'm saying? But now, ready to pull this back out. I know, I'm weird. I know. And the last products I'm going to be talking about are two highlighters. Now, I've kind of mentioned before, I've only really gotten into highlighters the past few years, so this kind of evolved for me just very naturally. And that is going to be talking about highlighters that have more coloration to them. I got these again from my friends at Boxycharm. This video is not sponsored by Boxycharm, however, they could start throwing some money my way as much as I talk about them on my channel. Help a sister out. This is the Vintage Highlighter by Jessica Libeskind, and this is the first one we got. I still hate the packaging because it's god-awful dirty because the packaging sucks. But the first one we got was so effing pink, I didn't know what to do with it. But as you can see, I've already hit pan on it because we did receive it in a winter season. And I do have a little bit of it on back here towards the end of my face today, and it does give a nice glow with a combination of blush. And you know I only reach for that in the cold seasons. So this kind of does well for that. But to go along with this, I have this little duo. Again, Jessica Libeskind, again, Boxycharm. This has more of like this like rose quartz shade, and then there's this brown chocolatey shade in here. I have only really gravitated to this pretty much out of this palette, and in the cooler seasons. It's kind of like, it's like a frost for your face. That's sort of a bronzer, sort of a highlighter, and just right up here. I don't really do much else with it. I don't like put it all over my face like I do the other ones. But this I kind of like right up here, and I am wearing it there today. I really enjoy these colors, but only when it's cooler out. Because it's kind of like I'm bringing life back to my face, because in the summertime I have the tan, in the wintertime I don't. So I'm like making up for it with all these other colors all over my face, but with balance, obviously. But that's really when I reach for more colorful highlighters. So I am interested because I know there's some good Wet n Wild ones out there right now. Gonna have to check into those. But this is kind of how my crazy makeup brain works seasonally. How do you guys feel about that? What makeup do you kind of gravitate more towards as the seasons get cooler, as we're getting into the holiday festive times? Also, my birthday is part of those holiday festive times, so gotta keep it on point. Tell me what you guys think. I'm really interested to know, what makeup do you really like as it gets colder? Thank you guys so much for watching and coming into my crazy makeup brain and why I do what I do. If you are new to my channel, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, really weird, unique videos to come. And I will see you guys and chat with you guys in the comments in the next video. Bye, friends.